pushing like I'm cartoon. Homie spotted me like 700, brought 1100 right back to him. If I can't do it, then it ain't real. I just make dollars, I don't make deals. I've been going hard in the paint, still blowing kush clouds till I can't feel like. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like.
Hey, what's up guys? We're going to work on the Krolla today, and the game plan for today is nice. Just caught that bird shit right on the window. Game plan today is to work on the muffler, the last muffler. So that's going to entail fitting the bumper first, which is going to take a little bit of work. The bumper brackets that I got are just garbage, trash. They just don't fit right at all. So I'm going to have to basically cut the tabs off that bolt to the bumper and redesign and redo those, tack them together, and then get the bumper fitted up. And then that'll kind of show me where I need to place my rear muffler. And then from there I can put a hanger on the muffler. That way it's located properly, and I can, I can start running my bends to it without it moving around on me. Alright guys, so step one is complete. So this is what I've done. This is a big 2x4. Actually, it's probably the same piece of metal that we used for this. And it's just pretty much a perfect width. And then I just stacked up 2x4 and then just like a, what is that, 1/4 inch plate. Because the exhaust is actually the lowest point. So I had to kind of stack up. And then I jacked up from the main jack point on the rear axle, which is a little sketchy because these are just like mock-up shocks, but it worked. And then I got it just high enough to where these rear frame rack brackets are now loose, and now I can pull these off, and these are the bolts that hold the rear bumper on. So now I can go ahead and get that on. So I'll go ahead and pull these off. Pull this one off, pull that one off. And then here is these awful frame brackets I was talking about. So they're just junk. All the angles are wrong. Actually, what I'm going to do first and foremost is I'm just going to bolt this whole piece to the car with just those 2 bolts in, and see if I can't get the bumper, just get the bumper to sit where I want it to sit without having to spend half the day redesigning these. Because I do just want to get the muffler on today. I'm not trying to do too much. I like to keep my days pretty straightforward and feel like I've had some success at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm going to bolt those on. Here's the other one. Again, you can see nowhere near lining up. It's total junk. Alright dudes, this is a momentous occasion. This bumper has never been on a car ever. It was a new old stock piece, and this is literally the first time it's been on a car. It's kind of cool. I've always wanted to put it on the car and just never have had bumper brackets. Probably more backstory is probably necessary. I've had this bumper for at least 5 years. I've had this bumper for at least 5 years. Never been on a car. So here's those bumper brackets. I probably need some light. Let me grab some light, boys. Alright, so now what I'm doing is I'm just trying to place my muffler. I'm trying to decide where it's going to fit best and be the best case scenario for both ends. Okay, So this is going to be a very tricky bend to figure out. And then that end I also want to look cool as it comes out the back of the car. So I've got these little bars put across the frame here, frame jig, and I'm just stacking up wood for now, and I'm just kind of placing it and moving it and playing with it, trying to decide what's gonna work best. I mean, I like that look. I like that look with it all tucked up, nice and tight, up into the bumper. You know, it's just barely sneaking past. And I actually like the look of exhaust when it's the muffler and basically no tip. It's just like the muffler all the way at the edge. That. So that's my ideal fit and finish. Maybe go down a little bit. See how it's actually above the bumper here? I don't want that. It's hard for me to get that with these blocks. So I'm going to have to go and find something that's probably half this tall or 3/4 of this tall. Get that thing down just a little more, and I need a little more clearance on my frame up in here. The exhaust is pretty close to that. So a little more tweaking on that to get my final placement, and then I can start looking at what it's going to take to get that to loop around the shock and come out without being a total fucking nightmare mess of bends. So yeah, so actually I don't think I'm going to build the muffler hangers first like I had originally kind of planned, because that is so tricky. I think I'm going to start trying to figure that out with this just kind of floating. I mean, there's not a lot of options here, so it's easy for me to put this in the same place 3, 4, 5 times if it moves. So I'm going to go ahead and start playing with the bends back here, and that's going to be a mess. That's going to be a mess right now, I can tell you that. That's going to take hours and hours to figure out. But it's whatever. Once it's done, and whatever. So, alright. Going to move forward and see what we can figure out. Alright, sorry guys. I didn't get a lot of video today. I didn't have a good way to hold the GoPro. But I got everything tacked in there, and basically there's 2 hangers above the muffler, and everything's self-suspended at this point. So from here, I'm going to have to start putting more welds on it and doing a final weld.